Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and today I'm going to start part 2 of the S10 build. And I went up to the neighbors. I made a deal with him last night. I'd fix his Jeep, or fix her Jeep, and I would get the parts that I needed for the front of my truck and the carpet. But I looked at the carpet and it ain't much better than what's in the truck now, so I'm just going to try to shampoo the carpet in it and see if we can't get it cleaned up. Might try a pressure washer on it, I don't know. But anyway, so I went up and got some parts off of it that I could get off of it. Some of the things I'm just going to have to purchase. So this is probably going to be a year down the road before I can even get anywhere on this truck. So simply because of financial. But I got this grill, but I don't believe this is the correct grill. It's got busted out places in it, so I'm almost glad it's the wrong one. I went in there and looked on the internet and found a grill for the vehicle I'm looking for, and it's different. So the difference between the two is his is a GMC and the one I'm getting is a Chevrolet. So there's a slight differences in the grills. Well, actually there's a lot of difference in the grills. But I didn't notice the fan shroud, so I got that, and the radiator. So I got the radiator. Now guys, check this out. Get y'all out of the sun. I went there and did a video on this truck, and I found that I did a crappy job. You know what I was getting ready to say. A crappy job looking it over. But I got lucky. I got a truck that I can take parts off of it, because the motor and everything, and the radiator, the water bottle, the fan, all that stuff is pretty much the same thing. So I got the fan. I noticed that on my truck it's got a plastic fan. This one's got a metal fan, so I'm going to see if this will work on it, because I'd rather have the metal one. And it's a good one. It's stiff, so it's a good one. Then I got the water bottle, because I noticed it was missing when I got home and looked at the video. I said something's missing there. So I got to looking at some videos on, you know, how to replace radiators, so I can kind of look around in the front while they're working on their radiator. I could be looking around in the background to see what all's missing on this truck. What we found out is the guy that has it, he's my scrapper guy, and he's got a little junkyard, and it happened that about 6 or 8 months ago, somebody ended up doing a deal with him and gave him that truck, and it was all there. Radiator and everything was in it, unmolested. Well, in the time that he got it, in the time he set it up there in the field, and now, he hadn't even went up there to look at it or anything, because it's pretty far away from the house. So somebody went in there and cut all the transmission lines, cut the AC lines, pulled the radiator out of it, probably to scrap it or use it for their own vehicle. But regardless, somebody stole it. So that put me in a pinch where I was going to have to get a radiator. So I got this one out of the other truck, and the heater or the hoses, but I believe I got wind in the video of the radiator hoses. They're probably going to be different, but I got them just in case that they're long enough that I can make them work. So then I got this, but when I looked at my video again, I've done watched my video 100,000 times already, trying to see what all's missing, because that's all I got to go with right now. truck's not here yet. Got a spot for it right there. So I got this. It's broke, but if I have to use it, I'll figure out a way to use it. I don't know. I noticed that the serpentine belt was missing, so I got that, because he's going to scrap that truck, so he don't need this. The radiator, I'm going to try to straighten all these fins up. I think I have a radiator comb, but I don't like really messing with those, because if you bend it wrong, you can break a hole into one of these little veins. I mean, yeah, it looks like it might be a pretty decent radiator, but you don't know how thin it is. Looks like it's had water in it, not antifreeze. So then this, I don't believe goes to it. This is a overflow bottle that mounts to the top of it, but I don't think that mine has actually got that, but we'll see. And then I got the bracket that goes to the front that holds the hood release. I tried to get the cable, but when I went to go take it out, it's all pinned inside the frame. I can't, or the body, so I can't get it out without doing a bunch of taking stuff out. Now I plan to take the radiator support clear out of it because I want to replate where I pulled that piece of rust up in the last video and showed you. It's got a lot of surface rust there that's real thick, so that means that that's real thin in that area. So I want to take and plate it, weld a plate in it, cut all the bad out of it, and then weld a new plate in it. And I'm thinking serious about either a body lift or a suspension lift. I keep directing y'all in that sun. If I go with a body lift, that means that the bumpers are not going to line up, so I'd almost rather do a suspension lift. But if I put 31s on it, I might not need to put a lift on it. I just want to raise it up about 2 inches because it feels like I'm getting in a go-kart or a car. And that's the whole point of getting a truck, so I don't feel like I'm low to the ground like that when you're getting in and out. My back don't like getting in and out of low spots. So I want to make this body friendly. But the deal has been made. I'm giving up my trailer for it. We'll go look at it. I built this trailer about 3 years ago. Put new decking. My cousin gave me a bunch of sawmill lumber, and it's ash, and I usually oil it every year, but the paint came off of it. It was red, and I painted it black, and then all the black come off of it. Goes to show you how good a paint job I did, huh? The reason it came off is because I was pressure washing it, and I just said, hell with it. Let me just take the damn black back off of it. But I didn't get it all. Some of it stuck pretty good. But I'm gonna give him this. It's got the electronic power head for the jack. Got the chains. Got a junction box, new wiring, toolbox with a battery box in it, and a winch mounted in it. So he's got a winch. He's got really good tires on it, new fenders, and this is what I'm trading. This is my four-wheeler trailer, and that's what I'm trading for the truck. So he's going to be bringing the truck this evening, so I don't know if I'll be able to get a video this evening when he gets here. I'm gonna ask him if I can video him driving in here with it, so you guys can see what's gonna happen in here. I don't think he's too shy. These country folk, they're pretty shy about cameras. because usually they're doing something they ain't supposed to be doing. But we got to start, and I guess we'll pick this up here right now. All right, so we've got the bumper. See if we can get this out without creating a lot of leaves in my shop. But I'm trying to get it to the point where I can take this over, or sweep all this stuff out into a bucket or something. But we got the bumper. The bottom ballast is a little bit messed up, but we can work around that. And then we got us a bucket. Somebody probably used for an outhouse. I hate opening strange buckets. I try not to, and I'm not going to open that one because I don't need to. So we got a breaker box for something, or cable box. Probably go to scrap. Then we got a piece that looks like it's not, well, nope, I'm wrong. It is broke. I'm gonna have to buy a grill for this thing. That'll be down the road someday. Gotta have a way to hold my headlights though. So it looks like that's just some kind of a beauty cover to go over top. I haven't seen how this thing comes apart. I'll have to go look at somebody else doing it, see how they took it apart. I got this, and it's busted. If I can find the piece, I might be able to fix it. That goes on top of the radiator. Then we got the marker lights. At least, hopefully they're good. Chrome's broke, so that's part of the fender, or the grill. So there's the other part of the grill, and this part up here is all broke off from here up. So we can salvage the marker lights. That's money I don't have to spend. Alright, then we got something else here that I'm not real sure what it goes to, but I'm sure it goes under the hood somewhere. Probably some kind of a beauty cover. And yes, we got an ear broke off on it. Piece broke out of it. When you get a vehicle around here, you cannot find one that don't have stuff like that. Every piece you touch has got a broken out piece. I don't get that. So, then we've got, which I didn't think I had, it's buried, the water bottle. So, I guess I got a spare now. Alright, then we've got our headlights. God, I hope nothing broke on them. Sockets are good. Everything seems to be good on this one. I don't see nothing broke on it yet. It doesn't mean I'm not looking at it and don't see it. So, got that one. Then we've got this headlight, and it looks like it's in the same shape, good shape. So, we got that. That's going to save me some money I don't have to spend. Alright, then we've got the other half of the shroud, which is the top half, and it seems to be in good shape, so I can make the other one work. Alright, so then we've got another breather. I'm not understanding why there's two breathers here. Well, 2 3/4 of a breather. Alright, then we've got a hose that somebody cut. I guess when they stole the radiator, they cut that. But there's another one up in the front that I'm not sure what it goes to. I'm just piling all that stuff in a pile right now where you can't see. Alright, so then we've got a drive shaft that will probably be cut depending on what it goes to. I'm going to investigate it and see what it goes to. Universal joints feels good in it. Of course, it has to be a new one put on this end. Yeah, it's locked up. But it's got a number on it that starts with an F, so it's probably for a Ford. Alright, let's see what else we got here. We got this, I don't know what it is. It's probably some kind of a beauty cover. We'll start with a pile of parts. There's gaskets for something. Well, there's the tailgate cable. Just got to make a bolt for it. And find a bolt. There might be one on that other truck. Now, what's this? Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it could be for the battery tray. That was going to happen. Alright, so I'm going to take the rest of this stuff and try to put it in a trash bag. So I'll bring you back when I got this cleaned out. Alright guys, we've got it all in the shop here. Ain't got a whole lot of room. But she's right up against my junk here. I gotta move some of that stuff so I can back up a little bit further. But I want to keep it inside so I can keep it clean, and who knows, it may be a permanent spot in here for it. I don't know. But I cleaned out the back of it here. All the parts are laying there. This was all in them leaves. Some of it was. Biggest part of it. And we got a broken grill, so we already showed that. So I went in and took the vacuum cleaner and vacuumed just a little bit, just enough to get all the loose stuff. So now what I gotta do is take this brush and my vacuum cleaner and start brushing that carpet and loosening that dirt up, and hopefully we can get it cleaned up a little bit. So that's going to be one of my first steps. And the only reason I'm doing this, yeah, I shouldn't be messing with nothing until I get the motor running, but this helps me to, it drives me. So the cleaner the vehicle is, the more determination I have to get it running. So it's a good thing in some ways. But I guess tomorrow I'll go ahead and take the hood off of it, because I want to take the radiator clip or the radiator support out of it. Let me set this up. It's a little dark in here, ain't it? I gotta have it up anyway because I gotta clean that throttle body. Where'd I put my lantern? Let me get my light. That light ain't worth a crap, is it? That's one of them LED lights. And this thing, it's got magnets in it, but there ain't no place to magnetize it to. Well, ain't that some shit? Anyway, I gotta vacuum all this stuff out. See what's that. Well, we got a broken off nut and bolt here. Damn, I almost dropped it down in the motor because there's a damn hole there in the top of the valve cover. What the hell's that bolt to? What'd they break it off of? One of these must be broke. Yep, that one right there. The one that holds that bracket right there is broke, so that's got to be fixed. Actually, it's not hurting anything. But we're probably just going to unhook the air conditioner, remove these lines, and leave the pump there simply because, or the compressor, because we got to have a way to put the belt on. So we'll leave the pump and we'll just disconnect the lines and shit like that. Remove it. That one's broke. Somebody cut it. So it ain't no good anyway. So a lot of people do that. They didn't have to do that. So that one went there. Or no, where the hell did it get? Got cut off of something. And it looks like it goes in that direction somehow. That's the way it's... Something's broke somewhere. But we'll remove all that stuff. We're going to do away with the air conditioner. They even cut that hose. Thieving bastards. I hate a thief. So we got a lot to do here. I gotta get this part out. It's already unbolted. I just gotta finish unbolting it here with the battery tray. But I want to take this out. So we're just going over the plans. I got to get an alternator, which I'm going to get tomorrow. So the other truck down next door, he's got an alternator he said I can have. So I'll have that. And I'm not going to do the head gasket until I see how it acts when it runs. So I want to try to get the motor together as is and see if it'll run. If it won't, then we'll go a little deeper. But I got to figure out what the wiring order is, the firing order, to find out if hell, they may have had the damn plugs on wrong or something, the reason why it wouldn't run. Could be anything. So we have to get us a basis to start with. And this has got that damn ABS brake system in it. Anyway, that's going to end this part 2. And we got a lot of work. So I'm pointing at my chest. We got a lot of work to do. Straighten you all up here. Straighten it and fly right. But I got most of the parts today. I got to figure out where I'm going to get a grill. That's going to be a long time down the road. So, this carpet, man, I swear. I wonder if a brush would even help that. Let me check that out and see if it'll work. Let's see. Nope. This is just to get rid of the loose stuff. Once I get all the loose stuff and cake stuff off of it, I don't think they ever washed this vehicle or vacuumed the inside of it, ever. So I'm just breaking it all up. Then I'll bring the vacuum cleaner in here. And it'll still look 50% better. But this ain't gonna be it. There's gonna be a lot more to it. Because eventually I gotta take the seats out, the center console, take the carpet up out of it. Gotta take all the trim off. We're gonna take the carpet out and we're gonna shampoo it. Unless I can do it while it's in there. I really didn't like the idea of having wet carpet against metal sitting there for so long, because it'd take a while for that water to come out of that carpet and dry up. And while it's doing that, it's going to be creating rust on your floorboard. So it's best to take your carpet clear out, shampoo it or whatever you're going to do. I'm going to try Dawn dishwashing liquid, this brush, and a shop vac. That's a manual steam cleaner is what that is. But we got a door that I'm not understanding why it won't open. So something must be broke about it. I didn't realize this thing had 3 doors. At least I think it's 3 doors. It looks like it's 3 doors. It's got a lever right here, but it won't open. It don't feel like the knob's actually flipping anything. Unless there's a lock on this thing that I don't know where it's at. I don't see no locks on the inside. But hell, I'll probably never need to open that door anyway. But I would like to get it working. Just because it is supposed to. We got a few dents in it here. But that ain't no big deal. That can be fixed. Got these 2 places I showed the first time. Then we got the tires on it ain't actually too awful bad. They're still usable. Just one of them I think's got a slow leak. But we got more kick panel work that's got to be done. What do they use? Aluminum foil? I'm sorry, man. I can't help but to laugh on stuff like that. People who done that job should not even be thinking about working on vehicles. They're not safe people. Those are the ones you have to be. That's why we're all defensive drivers anymore, because there's no such thing as offensive driving. Anyway, so there it is, cleaned up a little bit, and a long way to go. We're not even getting started yet. So I don't know about that oil cooler, if it would be okay for me to just run a line with a rubber hose connecting the two together. The main reason that I can't do the transmission lines with a coupler, a compression fitting coupler, is because the lines that are in here, I believe, are aluminum, and the ones that came out of that radiator on the GMC is threaded in, and I think it's a smaller tube wherever I put them. Oh, they're out in the trailer. But there it is, guys. We're going to see if we can't turn this into a good running vehicle and safe. I'm just tickled at all the glasses in it. The dash is all intact. All the body's pretty straight for the most part. And it should last me a couple years. Anyway, hope y'all got something out of this. And if anybody's got any S10 parts that you want to come off of, I could sure use a grill. That's a $80 part. $77 and something on eBay, and now that I found the lights, I don't have to worry about the headlights, so I got those. So we're probably up to about $195 to get everything that needs to be got that's correct. I don't really want to splice any hoses or splice lines with hoses, because I don't want no leaks. So we'll figure it out. I may just make my own transmission lines. I've got some copper tubing here that could probably work just fine to make new transmission lines. It just depends on how they're connected to the transmission. If it's got that little clip in it where you pull the thing out, it's got the O-ring on it, then I'm not going to be able to do it that way. I'll have to figure out another route. So just pay the $45 for the new transmission lines and be done with it. The oil cooler is going to be my biggest issue, because it looks to me like it's got compression fittings and hose, like a hydraulic hose would have on it. Well, that usually indicates that it's got high pressure going through it. So I can't imagine them putting high pressure to a radiator, because all it is just the oil goes through it into that the driver's side reservoir on the side of the radiator, and it's just coiled down through it, and the water goes in it. And so I can't imagine them putting high pressure on that. So tell me what you think, guys. If you think that I would be safe connecting those lines for the oil cooler with hoses and hose clamps. Probably double up the hose clamps until I can get some, but I could probably fix it temporary. If it leaks, then I guess I have to put compression fittings on it somehow. Anyway, you guys have a good one, man. Later.